Hello everyone and welcome to an episode of amazing details you may have missed in Elder Scrolls games. In the east of Vardenfell, north of the famous Shrine of Azura, lies an easily missed ancestral tomb. This hidden gem, guarded only by a lone skeleton, holds a poignant secret most players never discover. Venture inside, and among unremarkable loot, you'll find a corpse clutching a glass dagger and a blood-written scroll. This scroll tells the tragic tale of Malachy the Light-Footed, a thief facing his final moments. Malachy's last words are filled with regret for his criminal past and a desperate longing to hear the voice of Mariah, a gardener from Strosmakai. As death approaches, he warns fellow thieves to abandon their ways, describing his fear of a painful end and eternal entrapment as an undead spirit. The Mariah he refers to is a character from the Elder Scrolls Adventures Redguard, though I don't know why anyone would long to hear a voice that sounds like this.
Yes, my name's Mariah. What can I do for you?
Salmo the Baker is a high elf commoner in Skingrad known for his popular baked goods, especially his sweet rolls. His food is served at the Two Sisters Lodge and the Westweald Inn, earning him praise from local residents. Even though his sweet rolls are popular with the locals, Salmo's modest attire of sackcloth clothing and rough leather shoes suggest his profession isn't very profitable. Curiously, players cannot purchase his baked goods directly, as he isn't classified as a merchant in the game. Salmo's character has two AI routines programmed to deliver bread to the Two Sisters Lodge at 10 AM and to the Westweald Inn at midday. However, these routines never activate because Salmo doesn't have any bread in his inventory, and the routines are of the escort type, meaning he doesn't actively seek any out. This quirk may be an intentional workaround for a more severe glitch. If players manually give Salmo bread, it triggers his delivery routine. He walks to one of the inns as expected, takes a bite of bread, and crashes your game. As far as I'm aware, this is also the only instance in the game of someone walking and eating at the same time. Upon reaching level 20 in Skyrim, players receive a pamphlet announcing the opening of a museum in Dawnstar. Visiting Silas Vesuvius' house, they witness an argument between Silas and the court wizard Medena. Silas then offers a tour of his Mythic Dawn museum, showcasing notable artifacts from the cult. The museum contains locked display cases housing Mythic Dawn robes, the scabbard of Mehrunes' razor, copies of Mythic Dawn commentaries, and a tattered page from the Mysterium Xarxes. The Mysterium Xarxes, written by Mehrunes Dagon himself, was used by Mankar Cameron in the previous game to create his own plane of oblivion. Concluding the tour, Silas tasks the player with retrieving 3 pieces of Mehrunes' razor, a powerful Daedric artifact capable of killing in an instant. However, an intriguing secret still lies within the museum. If the player opens the locked display case housing the tattered page from the Mysterium Xarxes, then uses a weapon or destruction spell on it, it permanently transforms into a bucket, adding an unexpected twist to this seemingly ordinary quest. Telmora, the northernmost Telvanni settlement, is a unique island community led by Councillor Mistress Dratha. This distinctive town features mushroom dwellings connected by walkways, offering high-quality services from renowned merchants. What sets Telmora apart is its all-female population, save for 2 station guards. This reflects Dratha's strong dislike of men. While male visitors can shop, they're discouraged from approaching the tower. Women, however, receive a warm welcome. Telmora serves as a major transport hub and provides excellent facilities for female travellers, including the Covenant Social Centre and various supplies. The reason behind Dratha's misandry is actually revealed in the Elder Scrolls Online. In a quest, we learn she bargained with the Dremora for eternal life. The catch: one day, the Dremora will return as a mortal man to claim her soul for Cold Harbour. Did you know that in Oblivion, your character actually joins the Mythic Dawn faction? Upon discovering the faction's shrine, you meet Harrow, the shrine's warden. He instructs you to surrender your possessions and don an initiate's robe, granting you access to the shrine as a new member. This brief initiation allows your character to use Mythic Dawn-specific combat dialogue. For example, your character might shout, "Die, unbeliever!" or "For Lord Dagon!" When taking damage, you might say, "I do not fear death." It should be noted that this dialogue is only available for Nords, Imperials, Bretons, Elves, and female Redguards. Presumably the voice lines weren't recorded for Khajiits, Argonians, and male Redguards. As soon as you take the Mysterium Xarxes from the shrine, your faction status is removed. By leaving the shrine without taking it, you are able to go about the world as a fully fledged faction member, though it's unclear if this is an intentional game feature or if your character is simply a convincing method actor. Blackreach, the subterranean city in Skyrim, harbours a secret. A hidden dragon boss named Volthoriel, meaning Dark Overlord Fire in Dragon Tongue. To summon this formidable foe, players must use the Unrelenting Force shout on the large yellow Dwemer gong in the Silent City. Once summoned, Volthoriel emerges, unleashing his fire breath shout before landing to engage in battle. This dragon cannot be tamed with the Ben Will shout due to Blackreach's unique properties and scripting limitations. With fixed level and health, Volthoriel poses a significant challenge, especially for lower level players. Interestingly, NPCs capable of shouting, such as Draugr, can also summon the dragon. If you're on the Dragon Rising quest, you can actually defeat Volthoriel instead of Mermulnir to advance the quest. If the dragon doesn't appear, try shouting at the gong from different angles. A full 3-word shout from below, or a single-word version from above should do the trick. Boost! A distinct gong sound confirms a successful summon, heralding Volthoriel's dramatic entrance into Blackreach. The absence of fast travel between Sadrith Mora and Tellarune may be intentional, reflecting the strained relationship between two powerful Telvanni mages, Master Neloth and Archmagister Gothrun. Neloth, Master of Tel Naga, is notorious for his arrogance, ruthlessness, and political maneuvering. He's known to kidnap Redoran Councillor's daughters and withhold powerful artifacts for leverage. Gothrun, the Archmagister of Tellarune, is exceptionally wary of outsiders, even by Telvanni standards. He refuses to discuss making the player Archmagister and only pretends to consider appointing them Hortator during the main quest. Because of this, the only way to progress is by assassination. The absence of direct travel routes between these Telvanni settlements could be Gothrun's deliberate strategy to restrict Neloth's influence, or it could be a protective measure against past blackmail attempts. This separation may reflect the political strife within House Telvanni, although it's probably just the developers deeming fast travel between these locations unnecessary. The Imperial City in Cyrodiil harbours some peculiar artifacts, notably in the Imperial Palace basement. These include a set of oversized items, a giant chair, a club, a crystal ball, and the Hourglass of Time. Their origin and significance are subjects of debate among the lawmasters. One theory links these items to the King of Atmora, as depicted in Michael Kirkbride's artwork showing this interaction with Tiber Septim. The chair and club might be gifts or symbols of an oath between the two. However, the Hourglass of Time is likely of Ayleid origin, connected to the Old Way. Alternative theories suggest these items could be relics of Sanguine, the Daedric Prince of Debauchery, who was favoured by many emperors and reportedly resided in the White Gold Tower during Raymond Cyrodiil's reign. Another possibility ties the artifacts to Stendarr, who is said to have accompanied Tiber Septim in his later years and served as the apologist of men in early Altmeri legend. A notable artifact of Stendarr is his hammer, which is one of the most massive weapons in the franchise and is over 10 times heavier than a Daedric warhammer. Inns in Skyrim offer more than just a place to rest. For 10 gold, players can rent a room and gain the well-rested bonus. These establishments often provide food and sometimes even sell spells, making them valuable stops for adventurers. Upon entering, innkeepers greet visitors warmly, inviting them to take a seat by the fire. If a player chooses to sit down, a bartender will typically approach to offer service, often leading to unique, location-specific conversations with the innkeeper. These interactions can give players clues about the area they're in, and can even start new quests. Also, have you noticed this little detail about the items that merchants sell? Purchased items disappear from display shelves, reflecting changes in both the game world and the merchant's inventory. This detail applies to both legitimate purchases and stolen goods. If you have a positive disposition, the merchants can sometimes allow players to take displayed items without charge. However, repeated attempts at theft will result in a bounty, and guards will turn up to arrest you. Have you noticed that the placement of the master trainers in Vardenfell is actually quite logical and intriguing? For example, the Mercantile Master, who'd probably launch Morrowcoin given half a chance, lives among the trade-friendly Ashlanders. The Speechcraft Master, an Argonian, leads the only Mages Guild in House Telvanni territory, earning respect despite racial and political tensions. The Heavy Armour Master, a High Elf, serves as Master at Arms in the Vivec Arena. The Alteration Master lives in a dishevelled Telvanni mushroom pod facing the water. The pod's poor condition suggests a possible alteration-related accident, likely involving telekinesis. Its orientation towards the water is noteworthy, given alteration spells like water breathing and water walking. There are also several master trainers whose feats are mentioned in in-game books, such as the hand-to-hand trainer who returned to Morrowind to fight for the independence of his people, and the marksman trainer who resides near Red Mountain, where he forges his arrows. He also continues the legacy of his murdered master by passing on his teachings. These placements are just another example of the great environmental storytelling that these games offer. If you have either Captain Renault's or Glenroy's katana, or both, in your inventory near the end of the tutorial, Boros will take them and say something along the lines of,
"By the way, thanks for recovering my comrade's swords. I'll see that they are given a place of honor in the halls of the Blades."
The hall he's referring to is the Great Hall of Cloud Ruler Temple. Visiting the Great Hall later reveals Akaviri katanas decorating the pillars and fireplace. Two special katanas above the fireplace belong to Renault and Glenroy. Interestingly, opening the console and selecting Renault's katana shows that internally it was spelled as Renault. If Boros is killed, you can also collect his katana. Taking it to Joffrey, he will say,
"He will not be forgotten. He goes to Aetherius to join the other fallen heroes of the Blades. I thank you for recovering his sword. I will set it in a place of honor in the Great Hall of Cloud Ruler Temple."
And on Joffrey's death, the fourth and final sword gets added to the wall above the fireplace. In the quest A Night to Remember, the Dragonborn engages in a drinking contest with Sam Gweven, leading to a series of drunken escapades involving a stolen goat, a Hargraven, and a wedding ring. The quest culminates in the revelation that Sam is actually Sanguine, the Daedric Prince of Debauchery, who rewards the player with the Sanguine Rose artifact. But did you know that after the quest, you may have a random encounter with Deep in his cups, a fellow reveller claiming you owe him 10,000 gold. This Argonian insists you dared him to infiltrate a bandit camp and steal a hat during your drunken escapade with Sanguine. Now he's returned, demanding payment for his foolhardy feat. In this situation, you're presented with several ways to resolve the predicament. You might try to reason with him. If you're persuasive enough, you could convince him to reduce the debt to 750 gold. Alternatively, you could attempt to intimidate him into forgetting about the debt entirely. Of course, you always have the option to simply pay what he's asking or refuse outright, though the latter will turn him hostile. If you decide to pay, whether it's the full 10,000 or the reduced 750 septims, he'll hand over a hat worth just one single gold piece. That's all for this video. Let me know what your favourite hidden detail is. If you have any suggestions, or would like to see something in the next video, feel free to leave a comment.